Hello and welcome to the Train the Trainer video for the I'm Relevant exercise, the 10-minute version. The target audience for the 10-minute version of the exercise is active BNI chapters with the goal of introducing Power Team Certified. The key points you'll be covering include the I'm Relevant exercise, which creates a paradigm shift for participants who begin to see their own products and services, as well as those of their networking partners, in a new way. Now seen as relevant to one or more common life cycle events or key situations that create an abundance of referrals for a wide variety of businesses, participants uncover new ways to give and receive an ongoing stream of referrals with golden goose referral sources who on the surface appear to have no obvious connection to their business. During the exercise, you'll introduce the 6 key situations that create referrals for more than 36 different BNI members. Participants will complete the I'm Relevant worksheet to connect their products and services to the 6 key situations. Participants will be asked if they'd like to learn more about how Power Team Certified can help everyone in the BNI chapter to make more money with Power Teams. So those are the key points. To prepare for your presentation of the I'm Relevant exercise, print out the I'm Relevant worksheets and the Power Team Certified information for the participants. And in the brackets you can see PTC for BNI is one document and PTC pricing and testimonials is the other. Second bullet point, bring a copy of the Power Team Certified Roadmap Workbook, the DVD, and Money on the Table. Feel free to pass those around the room. Let people take a look at the materials because we're very proud of the workbook, the Money on the Table book, and of course the DVDs, so we like to show those off. Now here's a look at the I'm Relevant worksheet. And I don't expect you necessarily to be able to read the worksheet off of the screen right now, but I'd like for you to have a printed out version in front of you. And this is the worksheet that we're going to be using for our training today. So let's take a look at the I'm Relevant worksheet. You'll notice from left to right towards the middle of the worksheet the 6 contact spheres. We'll be referencing these contact spheres in the early stages of the presentation. Down at the bottom we have an example of how a massage therapist would complete the worksheet. We're not going to ask you to go into any real description of the example. We have other trainings for that. This is just a 7-minute presentation and we'll have you just point it out in the script. Just wanted to show you where that's at on the worksheet. The exercise will involve this portion of the worksheet. This is where the BNI member who's completing the worksheet will write in their contact sphere, and then they're going to be asked to go through the key situations and write down if they have a relevant product or service, and if so, what's the consumer benefit. So we'll go through this in detail. Just wanted to give you an overview of how this worksheet is laid out. So let's start with the delivery of the presentation. This is my delivery, but I encourage you to use your own words. Just familiarize yourself with the flow of the exercise and the key points. Put it into your own words. But in any case, this is how I would present the script, and this is the intro section. Should take about 1 minute. So let me ask a question. Would you be interested if I could show you a quick and easy way to give and receive more referrals with the other members in this BNI chapter? You would? Great. Listen, everyone should have an I'm Relevant worksheet. Now go ahead and write your business category in the space provided in the upper left of the worksheet. Now write in your name. Okay, so does everybody see the 6 contact spheres from left to right? Starting with business services, events, personal services, and so on. Great. Now, circle your contact sphere. Any challenges or questions? Okay, now that's a quick delivery And the idea here is if somebody does have a question or challenge, take a brief moment, try to answer the question, and the good news is they can't do any real harm at this point. It's just an exercise. Okay, so let's get into the exercise itself, and here we go. Perfect. Okay, now just below the 6 contact spheres, you see a table with the header Key Situations. So from left to right, you'll see getting married,
90.
business builder, new baby, real estate, getting healthy, and relocation. Does everybody see that? Now, the 6 key situations are incredibly powerful because over 50% of all the referrals passed in this BNI chapter can ultimately be traced back to one of these common life cycle events. In fact, each key situation creates referrals for 36 or more BNI business categories. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a very quick look at whether or not you have a product or service that's relevant to one or more of these 6 key situations. We're going to move through this very quickly, so let's start with the getting married key situation. Does everyone see that on the worksheet? If you have a product or service that's relevant to people getting married, please write it down, as well as the benefit to the consumer just below. So to help you with this, there's an example on the worksheet of how a massage therapist might complete the worksheet. Does everyone see that? So write it down. Do you have a product or service that's relevant to people who are getting married? Okay, here we go. If you do, please stand up. Now, my first note to you is that this is a strong visual to the chapter members of common opportunities to pass referrals for products and services that are relevant to people getting married but are routinely overlooked. In other words, by people standing up, we're going to have some combinations that may have never passed a referral to each other. Now they can see a way to do that. Okay? The second note, while people are still standing, is you're going to say, do we have anyone in real estate, insurance, or financial services who are not standing? Now, isn't it possible that your products or services are potentially relevant to a couple getting married? And then again, my note to you, keep people standing. How about property services? Can't you folks do things around the house to combine households, from cleaning or painting to remodeling, and installing a security system to protect the new spouse? Make sense? Okay, everyone please sit down. So what's next? Business builder. Business builders are people who are starting a new business or building an existing business. Do you have a product or service that's relevant to a business builder? If so, please write it down, and yes, please stand up. Okay, so my first note to you, while people are still standing, you're going to say, do we have anyone in health and wellness who's not standing? Isn't it possible that your products and services give the business builder more energy, focus, and stamina to build their business? Here's my second note to you. While people are still standing, you'll say, how about event service business categories? In many cases, event services businesses can help a business builder with a product launch, open house, or client appreciation event, as well as holiday parties and corporate retreats. So take a look around the room, ladies and gentlemen. The folks standing are a potential business builder power team. Next time you come in contact with someone who is starting or building a business, think of these people in your BNI chapter who might have a product or service that's relevant. Okay, everybody sit down. All right? So now we're ready for the wrap-up. This is about a 2-minute script. So you'll go on to say, I'm not going to go through the other 4 key situations. You get the idea of what we're doing. I encourage you to go through the rest of the worksheet on your own and then talk to the other members of the chapter to find ways to pass more referrals back and forth based on which of the 6 key situations create the best referrals for you. Does that make sense? Can you see how aligning your networking activity with other members of the chapter based on the products and services you have that are relevant to the same common life cycle event shines the light on a big stack of money on the table with your name on it? This approach to power teams is new and it's helping BNI members make more money. To wrap up, I'd like to tell you about a new Power Team training program called Power Team Certified, which is the step-by-step system for building and growing a power team. So my note to you is show a copy of the Power Team Roadmap workbook and money on the table. Have someone hold it up if it's being passed around, but make it visible. So here's the wrap-up. Power Team Certified is based on the book Money on the Table, Referrals in the Bank by Dr. Ivan Misner, the founder of BNI, and Lee Abraham. Lee's running live Power Team training webinars every week. In fact, you should have a copy of the information sheet that describes the PTC program. The cost to get started is only $50, and I strongly recommend this program because it works. Now, if 75% or more of the members purchase the program, there's an additional value with a silver platter 10-week series of education coordinator presentations delivered each week on a silver platter during the regularly scheduled meeting. In other words, there's a short training video and script for each weekly presentation that makes life easy for the education coordinator. And speaking of making life easy, let's see a show of hands. How many people want to make more money but don't have the time to attend any extra meetings or training sessions? Well, I've got good news. People who don't have the time for more meetings or trainings should be the first people to invest $1 a week in a program that can double or triple your referrals. Like I said, when 75% or more of the chapter purchases the program, the education coordinator gives you a Power Team techniques that can dramatically increase your referrals each week during the 3 to 5 minute educational slot. That's right, no extra time needed on your part. Just show up to the meeting, open your Power Team Roadmap workbook, and let the education coordinator train you during the meeting. Sound good? Okay, please take a look at the flyer, look at what's included, as well as the testimonials. I'll be around after the meeting to answer questions and collect orders for people who are ready to get started. And that's the end of the presentation, okay? So let's just look at some final notes that I have for you, which has to do with orders and another special offer for chapters, whether they purchase, 75% of the chapter purchases the program or not. So here's the outline to take the orders. Basically, you or a leader from the chapter will, number 1, tally the total number of orders. Number 2, collect $52 per person as well as their email address. Number 3, email the total number of orders to moneyonthetablebook@gmail.com, and you'll receive an email response with a PayPal button to put on a credit card with the total balance due, and that's $52 times the number of orders placed. Okay, so finally, this is a final value-added offer, is that chapters with purchase orders of 5 or more qualify for a private 30-minute go-to-meeting Power Team training session with myself. And to prepare for this training, someone from the chapter will complete the Power Team roster worksheet prior to the meeting, and I'll use that worksheet to customize a Power Team roadmap for the chapter. In other words, a purchase of 5 or more units from a chapter qualifies the entire chapter for a 30-minute go-to-meeting where I'll review a very powerful document, a worksheet called the Power Team Roster Success Worksheet, where we take a look at the actual roster of the chapter, we break it down into contact spheres, and then I start to help the chapter with 3 goals. Number 1 is to help the current members make more money with each other. Number 2, to show them specific referral creation techniques to convert those opportunities into closed business. And then number 3, to use the roster strengths and opportunities to attract, invite, and convert visitors from strategically important open business categories. So those are the 3 goals of the Roster Success Worksheet, and chapters that purchase 5 or more units qualify for a private 30-minute go-to-meeting where I'll break it down and give them my guidance that they can record. We edit the video, and then that video can be made available to the people in the chapter that couldn't make the live go-to-meeting. Okay? And then finally, chapters with less than 5 purchases can also submit the roster success worksheet, and rather than do a private 30-minute go-to-meeting, I can review that as part of my Saturday Power Team TV webinar, which is every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific. The key difference with the 30-minute go-to-meeting and the Saturday workshop is that the 30-minute go-to-meeting is private and focused exclusively on the BNI chapter. The Saturday webinar is an open webinar, and we cover material as time provides. So a couple things to keep in mind. Those are my final notes to you as the presenter. So thank you very much for your participation in this training webinar. I do believe that if we can work together to effectively deliver the message of Power Team Certified, we can help your BNI members make more money in a structured, duplicatable way, and let me be their Power Team coach. So thanks again, and please do not hesitate to contact me if I can be of service in any way.